Good morning, good morning. It is Sunday, the Lord's Day. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I mean, at least that's what I say. Well, if you even watch my YouTube channel, which isn't really much of anything, but it's okay. You take baby steps. Take it one day at a time. So I figured, why don't I prop my phone up like this so you can at least see my face while I'm driving, recording, kind of like a vlog, diary, but just to get some thoughts, feelings off my chest, you know? Nothing really major, nothing superficial, just off my chest, raw. Nothing edited because, one, your girl doesn't know how to edit, and then two, when she does, it takes forever to like put the clips together. I'm like, what in the entire world? I can't do this. Like, I'm not a for real YouTuber. I'll do like this, prop my phone up and pray that it's still recording and getting everything I want. And even though I'm looking down, I should be driving, I just make sure it's on. Like in all fairness, I've never done it like this before, so we're gonna try it and see. I've just been having some thoughts and feelings during me trying to do self-care, going to therapy, and just things I've been going through these past few months, and it's been a lot. But I feel what therapy has taught me so far on my life's journey is that I still really need to remember that I am human. I'm a person. God made me a certain way, meaning that, yes, I have feelings, I have emotions. I need to embrace them, whether they be good, bad, or ugly, even if they're the negative thoughts, which I'm trying to work on my negative thinking about myself, because it's just like I'm tired of going through this cycle repeated on and on and on and on of feeling not even like sorry for myself, but in the end I just give up. When I get through or go through that thinking state in that process, I just give up, guys. I just give up, because it's like, why bother to care about yourself when you put yourself through all this and then you're still not getting anywhere? You're still hitting that plateau of I don't care. But then I realized in therapy that, well, Brittany, you gotta care about yourself. It's still hard. It's still a working process on showing myself grace and mercy and enough self-love to myself and be like, it's okay. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a sad day. It's okay to feel this way or that way about subjects, and just be you. But sometimes I guess I feel like I can't be that way, or as I discussed with one of my friends from Texas, you think you're keeping the peace to keep the peace within yourself, but it's the complete opposite. You're trying not to disturb their peace while your inner peace is just like literally just screaming on the inside, because you're like, no, I want to really say this, but you don't want to say it. And it's not, I guess some people would call it people pleasing. I don't see it as that. I just see it as I'm trying not to disturb the peace. I'm trying not to be emotionally responsible for somebody's response to me when I say something. And I know I'm not. But it is hard, because if you've been trained that way in the mind, then that's how you're going to respond. And I have to remember and realize in the mind that if I say something, I'm not held emotionally responsible for how they respond to me. And I have to remember, like, all the time, I am not emotionally responsible. And I'm like, it's hard because it's like, oh, they reacted. What did I say? What did I do? Like, all I did was speak. And sometimes I don't even like speaking or like making like a big conversation to people because I'm just afraid of just that. I don't want somebody to get all, well, it's wrong. What you're thinking is just wrong. And I'm like, but it's just my opinion. It's not factual. It's just a thought on how I feel. I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I feel like it kind of stems from like back when I was a kid in my childhood with not my mom, my dad. And I'll maybe get into that later when I feel more comfortable, but I just feel like with my dad, I could not, as a child, like if something was going on, just to be brief, if something was going on, I could not express myself emotionally to him when it was a concern of the household. It's like, you're a kid, it doesn't matter, be quiet, this is what I say, and this is what I say goes, which is semi-understandable, but if it doesn't make sense, I just want clarification. And then it's like, I have to be on eggshells. But anywho, just to get that basis. And then I feel like ever since then, when I try to communicate to people and like speak up, it's like walking on eggshells. It's like I'm fearful of somebody exploding on me, and I'm like, what did I do to you for you to just be like that in my face? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's scary, it's frightful, and I'm just like, what did I do? And I feel like it affects my relationship more so with men. But then sometimes I feel like if a woman is intimidating and does that, then I'll be the same way too. Case in point, kind of like with my boss a little bit, but that's a whole nother story on that. I no longer work there, so that's another bonus. But anywho, I just feel like when I can work on that barrier in life, that I can be great. I can be super. I can be better off, and then I won't have this doubt lingering in my head. And then I just want to kind of talk about something my therapist said to me. Like, she wants me to like realizing when I have my negative thoughts and whatever, what category it would fall under. And while I said one thing, saying I'm perceiving somebody, you know, like how can I perceive their emotions off of one interaction, she thinks of it as me as delusional thinking. And I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, you're not, you know, incompetent, you know what you're doing at your job and blah blah blah. And she's like, they just don't give out licenses to everybody. I almost wanted to comment, well, unless you were in the state of Florida when they were doing it, then yeah, you could get away with whatever you want, but that's besides the point. And I feel like we had a misinterpretation, which is why I'm just not like really feeling her at the moment. But I'm going to persevere and like give her one more chance, or maybe probably a couple, knowing me, because I just, in my head, I keep like a strike system, and she hit one, and we were really doing good, and she hit one. I was like, oh, you don't even know, but you're already at strike one with me. And the only reason why I say it like that is because I know I'm not incompetent of doing my job as a nurse, because I went to nursing school, I rocked that, I passed. I literally passed my NCLEX at the minimal questions and graduated. So yes, I know what I'm doing. And I think she's saying that I'll do that and doubt myself and my abilities. And I'm like, I'm not doubting my abilities. It's just that I hate when I have to interact with other people, especially brown people like myself, and we're 10 times harder on us as African Americans over small, silly, simple stuff. And I'm like, and the only thing was, I was trying to say, like, she made me feel this way because, like, well, I was doing fine, but then I'm trying to help y'all out, but then you act like I'm an interference or I'm the burden. So I have to sometimes talk myself down out of instead of making a mountain out of a molehill, be like, I can just not do nothing. And that's what I almost felt like doing. I was going to be like, you know what, you can figure it out yourself. You can get all these people yourself, get them down to dinner yourself, breakfast, lunch, whatever, do it all yourself. That's what I was about to tell her, do it yourself. Like, I got work to do, and I can sit up here and do whatever. Because I'm over you. But I don't like doing people that way because I feel like that's like abusing and overstepping what I can do. Like I don't want to be that kind of boss or that kind of person because I've never been that type of person, you know? But then she also goes to tell me, like, I can't perceive how people feel about me just through face. That's false thinking. And she's like, unless it's an issue and they bring it up to you, don't worry about it. I'm like, I guess you don't see people's facial reactions like me looking at you, because she obviously did not observe my demeanor changing, meaning, yeah. And I just stopped talking to her because I'm like, you literally dismissed how I felt about something and made it into it's nothing. So when people get mad at me all the time for me trying to help and or I do something wrong, and then they look at me in disgust, and I'm just supposed to move on and be like, oh, it's nothing, when I know that this person probably is talking stuff about me, which I don't care, but I'm just like, I know they don't like or care for me. I can tell when people don't care for me. I'm not remedial. Like example with my boss, like when we had our talk, our interaction, I could tell this woman did not care for me. Like, if she could have booted me out the door that day after we talked, I think she would have. I think she would have had a choice. But I didn't give it to her. I literally did it for her, quitting my job, so then that way I could still save face as a nurse. Because I'm like, nope, you're not supposed to do that for me. But I just feel like people don't get, like, why I feel a certain type of way towards others, and or like when they are like I take it as I did something wrong, I did something bad, and I want to fix that and not be in this loop of I'm the bad guy. Like, no, I know I'm not the bad guy, but I don't think my therapist is really helping me out with that. She just wants me to get into my thinking and stopping the action. It's like, but I don't think we're getting the core here of why I need to stop, because it's really like the cycle. Like, I understand I stopped thinking, support whether it's true or not, or false or not, and disprove it. I can do that, but I keep doing it. I keep having the same negative thoughts and emotions, and it's not stopping. And I'm just like, I feel like I have other issues that if I actually like laid it out on the table to my therapist and whatnot, it would help. But I feel like we're not doing that because she wants me to just go ahead and try this out to stop the thinking. But it's just like, it's other stuff that lies in it. It's like having a parental figure be a certain way to you, and then it trickled down to when you first started dating and interacting with boys, or you know what kind of boys, guys who thought they were men, they weren't, and it's trickled down now even to in my marriage with my husband, which we're not bad, we're actually pretty good, and I feel like my husband is more understanding because we're really alike. Like every time he sees me, he sings, you know, when, where have you been? But, you know, whatever, and what have you. Well, I'm going to say maybe this is part 1, because I have arrived at my destination of vlogging. Well, I arrived at my destination. I'm going to end my vlogging right here. Like I said, not edited, real, uncut. So yeah, maybe I'll post a second video or do another one after I get out of church. Maybe I'll have more to say. Who knows? Maybe not. But until then, I'm going to park in this parking spot, and it'll be victory in Jesus if I don't hit somebody else's car. And hallelujah. Ain't it great? I didn't hit nobody else's car. What a friend I have in Jesus. Whew. That's it for now. Peace.